with our newest studio show member, Kenny the Jet Smith. We give you some details and pro-am. We recap last weekend's rival day, and of course, you can earn some DC and other prizes with 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Nets will be going up against the Utah Jazz. Well, for the Jazz, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And a chance in this one to get a look at the NBA's leading scorer. Freak has just been incredible so far this season. Just defies description. Do you see him holding on to the scoring title this year, Kenny?
Well, a big thing for Freak is trying to avoid the stat-chasing things that a lot of former players tried to do. Just getting his points. Now, if he just comes in and plays the way he's been playing, then he will be that guy.
Let's go to the...
Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Last outing for Brooklyn, they won that game against the Hawks in Atlanta. That was a great come-from-behind win, too. They got down but kept their heads up and fought back to win it.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically... stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the forwards are Hayward and Favors. Pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. And it's Gobert in at the 5. Burke kicks to Favors. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Utah's on defense. It's a 3-point game. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. Evans, a screen on Gobert. To the middle. And Evans gets it to go on the assist from Lopez. Evans has got his first points of the night. Nets on defense. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I caught up with the head coach for Utah. One of their harder tasks in this game will be finding a way to slow down the explosive scorer, Joe Johnson. He said there isn't any one answer, as Johnson can and will play so many different roles in an offense throughout the course of the game. He said he can initiate plays as well as finish plays. We'll just have to make sure we don't lose track of them. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. And so Favors nails both of them. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside check. Fades away. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Evans has got his second bucket of the game to go. Now here's Burke, defended by Jack. Favors with a screen on Thornton. Burks kicks to Burke from outside the arc, and he gets it to go.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Lopez, a screen on Hayward. Here's Evans, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Derek Favors.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And both free throws good for Evans. And it's Utah's ball. 4-point game. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Neither team a big-time contender in their respective conferences, Greg, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
Good. You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's Burks. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Here's Favors. Can't get it to go. Evans with some nice D.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
Offensive rebound. He feeds it to Thornton. Back to Evans. Goes back up. No luck.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Burke with it. Now Jack defending. Gobert with a screen for Burks. The three-pointer is right on target. Burks has got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Jazz trail by 5. Burke kicks to Favors. Hayward outside. Favors sets the pick for Hayward. The floater, it's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here is Jack. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Looks for Evans, gets it to him. And let's see which big men have had the softest touch lately with this look at the leading field goal percentages among centers and power forwards in the last 10 games. 4th, Brook Lopez.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine.
And the second free throw, good. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Burke. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Gobert, the screen. Jazz passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now, here's Burks. He's guarded by Thornton. Brooklyn leading by 4. Now the pass to Jack. To the inside. Here's Evans. Burks with the steal. Here's Favors. And stolen by Thornton. Here's Johnson. That's tipped. Now here's Burke. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Passes it to Burks. Gobert with a screen on Thornton. Favors the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Now, here's Burke. Following the miss by Brook Lopez. Here's Burks. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Now, here is Jack. Dishes to Evans. Fades back, and the basket good. Evans has got 9 points.
He got a little fancy with the fadeaway on that one.
Burke kicks to Gobert. There's a good screen. Gobert, the screen. Johnson against Hayward. Kicks it to Favors. And the rejection by Evans. Pass to Thornton. Out to the right wing. Evans with it. Now defended by Gobert. And the basket by Thornton.
I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
The past few weeks, you can see how Utah stacks up. First and lowest the game. 5th and second chance points. And they kept the lid on opposing teams' overall offense as well. They're in the top 10 in opponent scoring.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Bargnani has checked in for Lopez. Young comes in for Joe Johnson. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Here is Hayward following the bucket by the Nets. Bailey defended by Bargnani. Another miss by Utah.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Galloway, the pass to Evans. And he jams it with authority.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
A nice shot by Booker.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
To the paint. Here's Evans. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I love the ball move. Platter just served him up.
Exum dishes to Booker. Bailey defended by Bargnani. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way.
Jazz trail by 11. On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Burke's the off guard with Hayward at the 3. And it's Burke in at the 1 spot. Here's Favors. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Favors got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Jazz. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks just played phenomenal. He had 61 points, and as usual, he was found patrolling the defensive end of the court, knocking back shots with great regularity. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
Here's Jack. Derek Favors making his last shot. And Jack kicks to Evans. Rebound, Utah.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Gobert with a screen for Burke. Here's Favors, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Now here's Evans. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Burke with it, defended by Jack. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Burke. Rebounded by the Nets. Evans has got rebound number 5 here tonight. He kicks to Thornton. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And now an 11-point Brooklyn lead.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And Favors kicks to Hayward. Burke the pass to Favors. Gobert the screen. Hayward loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Burks. Averaging 12 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
The Nets making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. We take a look at the Cavaliers. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, Brooklyn, 5.5 games behind.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, they've looked very solid here to start the season. What's surprised me the most is just how much confidence this group is playing with.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Greg. I mean, that mental toughness bodes well, very well for them once we get later into the season.
Thornton dishes to Evans. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, here's a group now that knows how to orchestrate from the wing. The top passing small forwards in the NBA during the past 10 games. The 4th spot held by Gordon Hayward.
And these are some of the best teammates you're ever going to want. Very unselfish players at a position where you don't see a lot of offensive facilitating.
Yeah, you know, these guys are really more than capable of going it alone if the situation calls for it, but they much prefer to have everybody involved in the offense, and they go out of their way to try to make that happen.
Now, here's Burks. He has 6. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Brook Lopez is checked in for the Nets.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Now here's Favors. 12 points for him. Gobert the screen. Now here's Burke. Defense right on him. Evans with the rebound. Evans has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. He dishes it to Lopez. And the shot is good. Lopez has got his first basket of the night.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Burke kicks to Favors. Favors sets the pick for Hayward. This one for 3. Burke can't get it to go.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
On the wing, Johnson inside, and Evans throws it down.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
Here's Burks. Evans with some nice D.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
No good from Jack. Jazz trail by 17. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And that one's good. Burke.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And Jack kicks to Johnson. Evans passes to Jack. Back to Evans. He's feeling it. And he gets it to go. Evans has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Favors dishes to Hayward. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. Brooklyn with the rebound. Evans has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Now Thornton. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist from Thornton. 8 points for Joe Johnson.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Burks. He's got 6. Plenty of daylight on that shot. 9 points for Trey Burke.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Jack with it. Burke covering. Jack passes to Evans. Lets it fly. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And here is Burke. 9 points in the game so far. Favors with a screen on Jack. Burke kicks to Hayward. There's the dish to Favors. And it's sent back by Lopez.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Here's Thornton. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Now here's Burke. Out to the wing. Left side Favors. Lets it go from 11. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Evans inside. He's guarded by Favors. And the dunk by Lopez.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
So it's Utah now, following the bucket by the Nets. Burks can't get it to go.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Jazz trail by 20. Burke kicks to Favors. The Jazz working the ball around now. Favors with the screen. Hayward dishes to Burks. And here we go. Fast break. Evans has got it. The shot by Johnson, no good.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Hayward kicks to Burke. Feeds it to Gobert. Hayward up top. He's guarded by Thornton. Hayward passes to Gobert. The basket good off the assist from Hayward.
Assisted by Gordon Hayward.
Jack with it. He has 6. Evans outside. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defenders.
So here's Burks. After the basket by Brooklyn. Out to the right wing. Burke. The three-pointer off the mark.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
So here's Burks after Joe Johnson's score. Favors with the screen. Right wing. Burks kicks to Favors. The feed to Burks. Puts it up from 12. No good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his third.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close.
Kevin, we have...
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
And what a game for Evans. He's got 13 rebounds and some big-time point production as well. Passing and free throws, those are two areas where you love to get production.
And I like the fact that he's been a positive player all day. Hasn't had a lot of errors in the game.
Utah has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Evans, he's in at power forward. Thornton out there with Jarrett Jack. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Brooklyn with the ball. After the basket by Utah. And Evans throws it down.
Ouch. Unbelievable jam from a player who's given us more than his share of great ones in his time.
You're right, Greg. Defense, Clark, was nothing but an afterthought on that drive to the hoop.
Well, I don't think anybody wanted to be the guy at the end of the wrong side on that poster.
He got right to the cup using that screen.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now, here's Thornton from 10 feet out. Favors with the rebound.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he's...
Look at that jam! Wow. I mean, just beautiful.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
There's no doubt about that, fellas. I mean, the more finishes like that he gets, the more his confidence will grow.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. For Brooklyn, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Now, here's Burke. 11 points in the game. Down low. And the rejection by Evans. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here. For Utah, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. And the second free throw, good. 90 seconds now into the second half. Jack dishes to Evans. Back to Jack. To the paint. And Evans with a stop.
Oh, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Here's Burke. Pass to Gobert. They set the pick. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. Back to Gobert. Off the pick. Cannot hit.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Dominating on the glass, Greg. I mean, a huge advantage for them in that particular category.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Burke kicks to Gobert. He feeds it to Burks. Favors with a screen on Thornton. Burks the pass to Favors. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Evans against Favors. And it's Evans missing. Jazz trail by 21. No good. Johnson with the defensive effort. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's Evans. Connects in the foul line jumper. Evans has got 6 points in the quarter.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yeah, during that break, the head coach of the Jazz had some words for his team. He urged his guys to get after it on the offensive glass, to follow every single shot, extend possessions, and cash in on some second chance points. The second thing he got into with them regarded getting the ball into the post, saying, quote, "The passing lanes will be open for us. We have to use that to our advantage and get the ball inside." Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks again, Doris. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
And their last game, a tight win, and it was the success at the foul line that played a huge part in it, and he was probably the deciding factor.
Greg, we've seen it so often. I mean, when you're talking close games, it typically comes down to free throw shooting, and he was on target from the stripe. You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And that one's good.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Brooklyn timeout call. All right now, I want everyone here in the Barclays Center to welcome to the court your next dancers.
Here's Thornton. 8 points for him. Johnson outside. The pass to Evans. Goes up on the block. And Jarrett Jack, the bucket on the assist by Evans. 8 points for Jarrett Jack.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Now here's Burke. He's got 11. There's a screen. With some arc, it's rebounded by Thornton.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
And both free throws good for Evans. Jazz have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. Hayward goes in, and Derek Favors with the slam.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Johnson dishes to Evans. Down low, Lopez. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got his 7th assist here tonight.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Now here's Burke. That's good. Booker's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Evans kicks to Lopez. Down low and stolen by Booker. Here's Hayward, and he goes big with the dunk over Brook Lopez. Nasty, absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks.
I tell
there.
you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
Jack passes to Thornton. Evans inside. He's guarded by Booker. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me, impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around, straight bully ball. And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Burke. 11 points in the game. Passes it to Booker. A second chance effort, and it's Favors laying it in. Favors has got 20.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or she'll give up points in a hurry.
Now here's Burke. Favors with the screen. Dishes to Burke. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Favors. Launches it. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Brooklyn making some changes. Hansbrough's checked in for Lopez. Young comes in for Joe Johnson. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Bailey, he's checked in for the Jazz. Dante Exum comes in for Trey Burke.
Sound offensively. Really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they both shot the ball since the break.
Now here's Evans. After Gordon Hayward's miss, Hansbrough. Rebounded by Exum. Here's Hayward. And the rejection by Evans. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
To the inside. It's deflected and stolen by Booker. Here's Exum. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Bailey, and that comes off the assist by Exum.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Thornton off a pick from Evans. Thornton dishes to Evans. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
Utah has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Now, here's Exum. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. They set the screen. Just 5 on the clock. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 8 points. Brooklyn's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Galloway kicks to Hansbrough, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Hayward can hit.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Now here's Evans, and he's got 41, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
Booker, and the rejection by Evans. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Brooklyn.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. Some changes for Brooklyn. And then for Brooklyn, Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Bargnani. Freak comes in for Thomas Robinson. And Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Thaddeus Young. The Jazz shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. And so in the game for the Jazz, Favors and Gobert are the shot-blocking duo inside. Exum is out there with Hayward, and it's Booker in at the 3, the small forward. And Hayward gets it to go.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Evans. It's stolen by Gobert. Now Booker. And here's Exum. Six to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Here's Booker. The shot no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. Here's Hansbrough. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Gobert. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
Something else you like to see is how well they've shot their free throws tonight.
Kicks it to Ingles. Wide open look. Good. He hits the jump shot.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Here's Galloway. Inside. In the corner, it's Hansbrough. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. He kicks it to Evans. Rebound, Utah. Here's Cotton. The dish now to Favors. Ingles kicks to Booker. Here's Cotton. His three-pointers off the mark. The Nets have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Hollis Jefferson, good.
What a nice feed, and that assist gives him a triple-double. That's my kind of player. Versatile as baking soda, multi-uses, multi-dimensional. He can do it all.
And Utah has possession. Barbosa with the steal. And here we go with Barbosa heading to the hoop.
First one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
Favors with a screen on Hansbrough. Here's Ingles. He dishes it to Booker. The rebound by Hansbrough. The Nets have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Inside. Here's Evans. And the rejection by Favors. Cotton, the pass to Ingles. Feeds it to Booker. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Favors. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Guys, he's got the length to get to the rim, and when he gets there, you never see a clumsy or awkward finish out of him. Everything is smooth and fluid.
Here's Galloway. Sweet little floater.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Ingles kicks to Hood. Favors with a screen on Barbosa. Here's Hood. Pass to Cotton. Here's Lyles. The feed now to Ingles from 10 feet out. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And that's now 27 points for Derek Favors. And the pass to Galloway. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Dishes to Barbosa. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Evans. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Favors dishes to Hood. shot misses. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Barbosa passes to Galloway. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Galloway kicks to Evans. Favors with the ball. Favors with a screen on Hansbrough. Here's Cotton. Clock at 6. Favors with a wide open look. Evans with the rebound.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Intercepted. To the inside. Here's Ingles, covered by Barbosa, and the basket by Ingles.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Galloway kicks to Hansbrough. Shoots from the right block. That's good. 47 points for Freak.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Here's Wiles. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
Brooklyn's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Passes it to Evans. He feeds it to Barbosa. Evans inside. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Evans. There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double.
Here's Hood. After the basket by Brooklyn. Pass to Bailey. Kicks to Hood. 5 to shoot. Here's Ingles. And a miss there on the triple. Bargnani has checked in for the Nets.
Coming off the floor for your Nets.
They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Now here's Evans. Fader on the way. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Here's Wiles. Here's Bailey. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound, and once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
And Evans with the stuff.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, congratulations on this win. This was a game where we saw plenty of great sequences, some nice runs put together. What changes for the team out on the floor when you guys start rolling like we witnessed here tonight?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now let's move on to the presentation. Freak. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
Seeing Freak dominate the way he did tonight reminded me.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure.
Having a helmet on that long gets a little taxing on the neck.
It's hurting my neck. I can tell you can't take a punch.
On today's episode of NBA 2K2, we hang with our newest studio show. We give you some details and pro-am. We recap last weekend's rival day, and of course, you can earn some VC and other prizes with 2K2. Tune in now.
We gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. All right, fellas, good practice. I need that same intensity out here consistently. The coaching staff will be around if you need anything.
Having a helmet on that long gets a little taxing on the neck.
It's hurting my neck. I can tell you can't take a punch.
On today's episode of NBA 2K TV, we hang with our newest studio show member, Kenny the Jet Smith. We give you some details and pro-am. We recap last weekend's rival day, and of course, you can earn some VC and other prizes with 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now.
Having a helmet on that long gets a little taxing on the neck.
It's hurting my neck. I can tell you can't take a punch.
On today's episode of NBA 2K TV, we hang with our newest studio show member, Kenny the Jet Smith. We give you some details and pro-am. We recap last weekend's rival day, and of course, you can earn some VC and other prizes with 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now.
Having a helmet on.
You don't really want it.